That means, like with hail damage or vandalism, since they are out of your control, they don't usually raise your insurance rates. And that's a good thing, since most deer don't carry liability insurance. At Eustace Body Shop, we fixed all kinds of animal collision damage, from cows to raccoons, bobcats, and even turkeys. We can't do much for the animal, but we can get your car back on all fours and looking like new again.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
Sometimes in life we look for rhythm and consistency. But sometimes life just needs disrupting. Welcome into your weekly Disrupt with Mike Smith, founder of The Bay. Join Mike and his local disruptor each week as they surprise people who shape their journey with a phone call. Disrupting your drive time on 93.7 The Ticket. Here is Mike Smith.
All right, welcome to 93.7 The Ticket, the weekly Disrupt. This is not Mike Smith. There's a couple things that'll probably give it away, probably the voice, but also the lack of hair. I'm joined on the ones and twos with Harrison, and you are on the weekly Disrupt as Mike Smith is out in Inglewood, California, doing some phenomenal things. He just delivered his first Harrison custom mobile skate park. Sent me a couple pictures. It looks absolutely awesome. And so hope he's having some safe travels out there, but enjoying some things. And thank you for letting me just keep the seat warm.
Yeah, absolutely. I get to see Pete again here, not on a Sunday, but now on a Tuesday, and knowing Mike Smith down there in Inglewood. That guy's bringing the energy. That is a high energy dude. Every time I see him, he has just got a killer drive to him. And nonetheless, best of luck to him out there while he's getting some business taken care of. I'll have you show me those pictures, though.
Yeah.
Because knowing him, what he's been putting together lately has been really incredible.
You know, it's awesome. I saw the pictures, and he showed like the scholars and the helmets, and he had the rack. And I'm not a skater. I mean, I have no business. It's a copay waiting to happen with me. But with everything that he does, who he is, what he's about, really just, always, I don't want to say just wish him the best, but he's doing the best out there. And so really appreciate him allowing me to keep the seat warm. It has been an official takeover of the 1040 O Street Mill. Lucas is out there serving it up. We have the 5th grade Belmont Scholars, the community book project out in the lobby. They're trying all sorts of things. They're sampling the slushies. I don't think anybody's hit the granita yet. And so I told them there was kind of a limit of what could happen. But they're experiencing their own youth happy hour, and it's been absolutely awesome. I do want to thank the mill, Lucas, just Harrison, DP's out, just holding court, keeping them captive. They said they were going to watch me, but now I see they're all around DP making it happen.
Figure.
So
DP is going to go have story time out there and motivating the youth as always.
Yeah, but it's awesome. It's a great place to be. You get a chance, come down. They've got some great specials, some phenomenal things going on here with the Snickerdoodle. I think it's the Snickerdoodle latte, and they said they could even make it a skinny. She told me they didn't have to put 4 pumps in it. They could do 2. They could do 2 of the sugar and everything. So with that being said, like it. But our focus of the show, the weekly Disrupt, what Mike Smith does every week, is make sure that we find individuals who have individuals in their life that they're either disruptors, they've been disruptors, whether it's entrepreneurs, business individuals, sports individuals. And today, fortunate enough that they were so nice that we had to have them twice. They were just here on Sunday, and I was so impressed, as well as other people. I will tell you, we always get comments and just feedback on shows, but Sunday, even at the end, I was like, man, we could have gone another hour. Or 2 hours, because we had just started to touch the surface of your journey. And so when you started to leave, I was like, would you be willing to come back? And they were gracious enough. One has class. And so they even talk to the professors. So if you're out there in the college ranks, make sure you communicate, but just that they were gracious enough one to do that. And so we've got Franklin and we got Estefy, who have, rejoined the 93.7 The Ticket studios. I said, next time when you come in, you're hosting. So thank you for coming back. I really appreciate you being willing to be on the show today.
Thank you. Thank you very much. It's great to be here.
Well, one of the things and the reasons I wanted you is because you provided some insight on your journey to Nebraska, your international scholars, and found Nebraska and then found Nebraska Wesleyan as a home, and really wanted to get a little bit deeper into like the relationships that have led you, but also those purpose within the relationships that have lifted you along that, and have played disruption, in your role and in your lives. And so briefly, for those that may have not tuned in Sunday, just share a little bit. I'm going to start with you, Franklin. Just tell a little bit about your journey, who you are, and how you occupy the space.
Yeah, sure. Well, my name is Franklin Erasmus. Currently, I'm a junior in Nebraska Wesleyan, going through my accounting major with a minor in data analytics. I also play on the soccer team for Wesleyan, and I was born and raised in the Dominican Republic till age 16. Then I moved to Connecticut for 2 years went to boarding school there, did my 2 years, and then wanted to keep playing and found Nebraska and decided that was going to be my home for the next 4 years. And here I am on my third one. So, yeah.
Awesome. Well, and you talked about, the things that brought you here. And so what has stood out about Nebraska? I loved you shared a couple different things about, I want to say hot takes. I think you were the one who shared about people wearing shorts and you have, they should be wearing puffer coats on anything that's 60 or below.
Yeah. No, yeah, definitely. There's a lot of things, but honestly, the one that sticks out the most to me is just what I said also about Nebraska Nice, something I was not aware of, and something that is the biggest selling point you guys have is just how easy it is to go into the culture here and have people accept you. That's something that I was scared of. When I first went to Connecticut, I knew I had family in Boston, which was close, so I wasn't as scared because I knew family was close.
Right.
But here I had to pretty much make my own family through the people and connections and relationships I made. So yeah, it's just nice to know this is a place where that's easy to do, because of people and how they bring you in.
Love that. Estefy, what about you? Tell us a little bit. Who are you? How do you come in and occupy the space?
Of course. Well, I'm Estefania or Steffi. I was born in Mexico City. Then I moved to Monterrey, which is in the north side of Mexico when I was 5. I studied global business at Tec de Monterrey, and I'm in Nebraska Wesleyan doing an exchange semester, which has been great. I'll graduate this May/June, so I'm technically a senior, and it's been great to be here. It's the first time I live outside of my country or without my parents, and since January, I've been doing this like exchange program. I first went to California, now Nebraska, and it's been so nice. I love Wesleyan, I love Lincoln, I love Nebraska, and this has been such a nice opportunity for me to just grow and like get to know that other version of myself.
Right. Love that. And so both of you, have relationships. And one of the things, you bring a unique, like Nebraska experience perspective, so to speak. And so, you share that disruptive mindset and those challenges. You talked about boarding school, but coming in the first time out of your country and being in this space. And it kind of bucks what many of us would say are those traditional educational norms that we get to experience. And so talk about relationships and why do relationships absolutely matter to you? And I'll start with you, Estefania.
Well, relationships are so important for me because they are the people that can help you, support you, go wherever you want to go get your goals. When you're sad, they are going to be there supporting you. When you're happy, they're going to be happy for you. So yeah, I think relationships is like the friends you have, your family, those friends can become family, as Franklin said. So yeah, having a great relationship system or having nice relationships with those around you is so important and has been great in my life. I'm really grateful for my friends, my family, and my professors, everyone that has been supporting me, because I know without them, I wouldn't be here.
Well, and Harris and I were smiling because we looked up and we were just like, it said, hey, Estefania, shout out from Mexico City.
Woo!
So I was just like, okay, we're starting
That's
to
cool.
go worldwide. That brought the smile to our face. Franklin, talk to us a little bit about relationships. We know they matter to you, but talk to us a little bit about a relationship that matters to you.
A relationship that really matters to me, especially, is my relationship with my godparents. Since I was very little, they were always my parents every time my parents were not there, and that could be weeks at a time just because of working and schedules and all that. And I just remember they used to have this business where they would sell undershirts to some bodegas and some places around Dominican Republic, around the different hoods and stuff. So I remember just being super small and going with them for these 12-hour shifts of selling shirts and stuff. And that's just, I don't know, from very little, I had a very big concept of the effort that it takes, to get things done. And now they are blessed enough to have their own factory where they can produce these shirts, and have a lot more clients. So just seeing them go from that to where they are now and being sort of a part to it, although I didn't do much. I would just dance around. I was just a baby at the time,
Okay.
but yeah, just being there and seeing them grow so much is something that I just fills me with joy, you know?
Awesome. And so, as you talked about that, both of you, we smiled about Mexico City. You talked about the Dominican Republic. Estefania, tell us a little bit about, when you think about disruption and you think about what that looks like in a positive. Like, what are some things that here you see are disruptive, and you're like, people might look and say, that's a challenge. That seems odd, but you're like, no, that's really, really good. Like, that's a positive that we may not experience in Monterrey or in Mexico City.
Wow, that's a great question. I think it kind of relates to what Franklin said about Nebraska nice.
Mm.
I was not used to smiling at people in like outside. I don't know, like just walking around.
Right.
And it was disrupted for me because I come from a big city where you are always like trying to be careful because who's going to talk to you? Like, be careful with these people. And
Okay.
here is the opposite. And so that was so disruptive for me. And I would love to be that way and to maybe bring that to my family and that my family can experience that because it's disruptive. I'm not used to it, but I love it. I love how people are friendly, how people will say hi, even if they don't know you, how they will smile at you, how they will maybe even ask you if you're okay, how are
Yeah.
you? Maybe they don't know you, but they're nice. So I love that.
Love that. So, Franklin, talk to us. So you shared a little bit about, your godparents and Roland and Fida. Like, what is something that they did that kind of disrupted like the normalcy that you thought like I'm going to experience? Like they weren't a roadblock, but they were in a system. But it's like, okay, wait a minute, this helped alter kind of the way I wanted to go about things.
Both of them, especially my godfather Roland, he always had this, vision of what he wanted in life. When they were growing up, my dad and him and their family weren't as, as blessed as I was. So they had some challenges growing up. And ever since I first made the decision to come, even before I came to the US, he always told me in the moment where when I had a lot of doubt about coming and how good it would be for me, he was one of the few people who were very, very supportive and told me if I had the opportunity you have now, I don't know how much more blessed I would be right now. You know what I mean?
Wow.
So like seeing him, a person who seems so happy with the life they have, tell me, go for it. I would have done the exact same thing. You're not leaving us behind. You're getting something better. That was something disruptive to the way I was thinking at the time that helped me come here and make the most of it.
You talked about Steve Harvey here. It says take a leap. How do you take a leap? And he speaks to the different ways if you don't take that jump, if you don't jump, what does that look like? What you talked a little bit about what caused you to jump here to Nebraska, but in those relationships that you've had, what would you tell somebody that might be like, I don't know if I'm going to do this, but saying like, you need to jump and this is why? Estefania, I'll start with you.
Okay. So for me, I don't know, like, can you rephrase the question?
Yeah. No. How would you tell somebody like they need to jump and take, I don't want to say take a risk, but they just need to go ahead and go forward with that movement and be disrupted to their own life?
Okay. I would probably tell them that if you don't go and do it, maybe like throughout your life, you'll not regret, but like have that thought in your mind that I didn't try.
Mhm.
So it's okay if you try and it doesn't work out, but at least try, at least go do it. And you'll have experiences that will stick with you your whole life. You'll be happy. You'll also maybe be sad. Like
Right.
it's a life, so it goes
Yeah.
up and down. But I would say go for it. It doesn't matter if it's moving out of your country, if it's, I don't know, choosing another career path. Anything in life can be different if you really wanted to.
Right.
So I am a big advocate of trying new things like this, like
Uh-huh.
coming to another country to study and just see how it goes and trying that new stuff that might take you another way, but it's cool.
Fantastic. Hey, what we're going to do is we're going to take a break. And then we've got some surprises on the other end of this of some people that I think, especially for you, Franklin and Estefania, that have helped you make that jump, but also have been disruptive in your life. So you'll be back on 93.7 The Ticket, the weekly Disrupt. This is Peter Ferguson BHS LLC, sitting in for the Mike Smith with the magic hair.
The top-ranked Nebraska volleyball team is trying to play its way to the Final Four in Kansas City. Make your plans now to cheer on the Huskers with a VIP travel experience from Sports Trip and the Nebraska Alumni Association. Travel round trip from Lincoln in a luxury motor coach with free parking, plus an overnight stay at the beautiful Hotel Indigo in Kansas City. See details and register at HuskerAlumniTrip.com. Hurry, spots are limited. Register now at HuskerAlumniTrip.com.
A career providing care that matters, great wages, and state benefits. A team devoted to serving Nebraska's veterans and their families. That's what you'll find at the Nebraska Department of Veterans Affairs. With openings in nursing, food service, administration, and more, our veterans homes in Bellevue, Kearney, Norfolk, and Scottsbluff have a role for you. Find your new career at veterans.nebraska.gov/employment. Sponsored by the Nebraska Department of Veterans Affairs. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
A Shiro's work is never done. You care for the house, the kids, and our future. We're so grateful for all you do. Now it's time to care for yourself and save a little more for retirement. A free 3-minute online chat can give you the personalized tips you need to boost your retirement savings now. Visit aceyourretirement.org/Shiro today.
A public service announcement brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Here at Midwest Bank, we want to thank all the generous donors who helped us make our 2025 turkey dinner for schools a success. Thanks to the generosity, we raised enough money to provide 191 families across 6 different schools in Lincoln with a full Thanksgiving meal. With your support, we've made Thanksgiving Day for these families a little brighter. We want to wish everyone a healthy and happy Thanksgiving. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank, member FDIC.
Dance like a dad. It's a great way to make a moment with your kids. First, I hold my hands out like they're on a steering wheel. Then I look over my shoulder. Next, I put it in reverse. Visit fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
Rain, snow, or shine, John Henry's is here to keep your home's plumbing systems working properly no matter what kind of weather Nebraska throws at us. From unclogging toilets and drains to installing new water heaters and water treatment systems, John Henry's is your plumbing expert in the Lincoln and Omaha communities. Visit us at calljh.com or call John Henry's.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air,
and Electrical.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Infrastructure, a veteran-owned local company proudly serving Lincoln, Lancaster County, and the surrounding areas. Bauer provides quality work at an affordable price, and they're growing rapidly. If you want to experience a career with a fast-paced, family-friendly environment, visit BauerInfrastructure.com. They have top-of-the-line benefits, year-round work, even through the winter. Bauer, usher in the new era of infrastructure to an area near you. And as always, go Big Red!
This holiday season, bring home a tradition that tastes like celebration. Beatrice Bakery's world-famous fruitcake, baked in the heart of Nebraska with rich, golden batter, real cherries, pineapple, crunchy nuts, and a splash of old-fashioned goodness. It's moist, flavorful, and crafted the same way for generations. It's the fruitcake that turns skeptics into believers. Find Beatrice Bakery fruitcake online at grandmasbakeshop.com or at your favorite retailer, and make your holidays deliciously unforgettable with the help of Beatrice Bakery's world-famous fruitcake.
And now, introducing the starting lineup of your Nebraska Huskers, starring Allo Fiber. At number 1, Allo Internet. At number 2, no satellite dish required. DirecTV through Allo. And at number 3, Allo Mobile. Allo Fiber, the official internet, TV, and mobile partner of Husker Nation. Level up your game and go to allofiber.com/Husker Radio.
Looking for a financial partner that truly makes a difference? Modern Woodman is a member-owned fraternal financial services organization. We can help you plan for all stages of life, from protection to saving to retirement. We also offer member benefits, social activities, and volunteer opportunities to help your family and community.
I'm Sean Erickson, your Modern Woodman representative in Lincoln. Call me at 402-483-6515 to start the conversation.
Modern Woodman of America, touching lives, securing futures.
This is your year to win way more than bragging rights. At Warhorse Casino, your love of the game could earn you serious cash. The Pro Football Frenzy is free to play with cash prizes all season long, like up to $1,000 weekly, with your chance at $1 million, all while earning tier points and comp points every time you place a sports bet. Only at Warhorse Casino. Wagers may only be placed on Nebraska-based teams when played outside the state of Nebraska. Must be 21 or older to gamble. Gambling problem? Call 1-833-BET-OVER.
Load up on meat and more this spring at The Mercado by Certified Piedmontese, with great selections of T-bones, tomahawks, ribeyes, filet mignon, brisket, sirloin, and so much more. The Mercado has locations at 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, and now 85th and Old Cheney in Lincoln, where you can have $2 draft beer every Thursday night from 4 to 8 p.m. and half-price espresso drinks on Fridays from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Get to The Mercado today for the best meat in town.
Sometimes good people make mistakes. When you find yourself in need of an attorney, call Liberty Law Group. The attorneys at Liberty Law Group will defend you in court and protect your freedom to get you the best possible outcome and the justice you deserve. Trust your freedom to Liberty Law Group, the best criminal attorneys in Nebraska and Iowa. Call them today at 877-404-5238. That's 877-404-5238. Or check them out online at libertylawgroup.com.
The disruption continues now on 93.7 The Ticket. This is your weekly Disrupt with Mike Smith Live.
All right, welcome back to 93.7 The Ticket. This is the weekly Disrupt, which host is Mike Smith from Mike Smith Live, but he is out in Inglewood, California, doing the custom mobile skate parks. And so, Mike, I hope you're out there, you're crushing it, doing your thing. I am Peter Ferguson, getting to keep the seat warm for him. We've had a phenomenal, like I said, first segment. We've got Estefi. I was going to say it. I was like, I had the whole thing. And then Franklin, both of them are international scholars from Nebraska Wesleyan. They were here Sunday, but they came back. I said, they were so nice. We had to have them twice in regards to that. And they were talking about relationships. And Estefi, you spoke about one of the relationships that you had, and it was your mother and father. Mm-hmm. And so we actually have your mom and dad on the line. And so if you want to tell them how they're doing and welcome them to 93.7 The Ticket.
Yeah, of course. Hola, mami, papi, ¿cómo están? ¿Me escuchan?
Sí. Hola, bien.
Okay.
Awesome.
They're there.
Well, if you want to tell her, we've got, you on. Ask them just to share like a little bit like about their daughter. So we know, and you'll be translating for them since they're in Mexico.
Yeah. Bueno, les está preguntando que hablen un poquito sobre mí, sobre su hija. Y yo lo voy a traducir después.
Ok, Steffi es una niña muy persistente.
Steffi is really persistent.
Okay.
Muy investigadora.
She
no se queda con las dudas.
Never gets herself with a doubt. She'll
y siempre va un paso adelante cuando tiene alguna duda de cualquier tema. Siempre ella lo investiga.
She goes a step forward.
Yo me sorprendo mucho de que tiene información que yo ni me imagino.
And I'm so amazed when she has information that I would never imagine.
Awesome. So,
¿Puedo decir yo, mami?
Can my mom say something?
Yeah, without question.
Sí, dale, mamita.
Steffi es una persona que tiene un corazón muy hermoso.
Steffi has a really beautiful heart.
Que ama a Dios sobre todas las cosas.
She loves God over everything, and she loves people.
Awesome.
Es muy inteligente y muy comprometida, responsable.
She's really intelligent and responsible.
Y que tiene sus metas muy claras.
And she has her goals clear.
Wow. That was beautiful. And like I said, how they speak about you. I'm curious, what do they know about Lincoln? What do they know about Nebraska? Do they know that their daughter is in Nebraska and what she's doing? But what do they know about Nebraska?
¿Qué es lo que saben ustedes de Nebraska?
Sabemos que es una ciudad donde la gente es muy linda, es un estado donde la gente es muy linda, es un estado donde me gusta mucho Steffi por lo que nos ha platicado. La ciudad donde está ella en Lincoln también tiene muchos atractivos.
He says they know. Déjame traducir, espérame. They say they know it's a really beautiful state where Lincoln, people are so nice, and yeah, they love they love the city, and they know I love it too.
So they talked about Lincoln, how awesome it is and how cool it is for you. I want you to share something that your mom and dad have given you or instilled in you that you're ultimately thankful for. You got the airways. Give them some love. What's something that they've given you?
Well, can I say it first in Spanish?
Yes, yeah, without question.
Pues mis papás me han dado no solamente lo mejor que han podido, sino me han dado amor. My parents have not only given me the best, but also love. Me han apoyado, me han siempre acompañado durante todo. They've supported me through every season of my life. And I'm really grateful for that. Estoy muy agradecida porque de verdad yo los amo tanto y sé, I love them so much, and I know it hasn't been really easy. Sé que no ha sido fácil, sé que han habido retos y cosas, pero I know there've been like, how can I say, like I'm struggling. I know it hasn't been easy, but like they've always been there for me, and they've shown me love. They've brought me to God, me han enseñado amor, me han llevado a Dios, y yo los amo con todo mi corazón porque son las personas que más admiro en esta vida. I love them so much, and they're the persons I admire the most in my life, honestly.
Love that. I want, from your parents, I want to know something that we don't just see about you every day. They talked about the love and the things that they had for you, but what is something that people wouldn't know unless they got to spend some time with you that they hold dear?
Papi y mami dice que es algo que la gente no sabe de mí a menos que estén conmigo más tiempo, que es algo que la gente no sepa de mí usualmente.
Pues que tú buscas, bueno, como familia y tú como persona buscas primero la voluntad de Dios para tomar decisiones, y que es lo más importante en tu vida. Tal vez no lo puedan saber hasta que no te conozcan más, ¿no? Todo lo demás, pues bueno, tal vez hablando se dan cuenta de que eres inteligente, de que tienes metas. Sin embargo, lo principal no lo pudieran saber a primera vista.
She says that maybe people wouldn't know unless they like really talk about me or with me, that I put God first when I'm looking for my goals, and like that maybe you can see that I'm like nice, I guess, but those type of things that or as family or me as a person, that I put God first for my goals, that you wouldn't know that unless you spend more time with me.
Love that. What's the thing you miss most about home and just being in family, being with kinfolk?
Well, honestly, just hugging them. Like that warm. Lo que más extraño es abrazarlos, because people here are nice, but I miss that like physical touch. Not only with my family, but also with my friends, but maybe mostly with my family. That's what I miss the most.
Awesome. So as we, get ready, because we're going to shift, but it's great. I want to come home, and I thought you were going to tell us what kind of food. I'm interested in your mom. What's the best thing that they cook at home?
Carne asada, like Mexican grill.
Okay.
Meat.
Okay.
We do it really on the north, and my dad makes it so good. He's the best.
Love that. Giving a shout out to Pops. So last question. What's a piece of advice that your parents not only just have for you, but they would have for others that have a daughter that's away from home? What's a wish, what's a hope that they would have?
I need to ask them.
Yeah.
Les preguntan que es un consejo que darían para padres que mandan a sus hijos a otro lugar, o que sus hijos se van a otro lugar. ¿Qué consejo les darían?
Bueno, el consejo que les daremos es que primeramente deben de trabajar con ellos desde casa, desde un principio, fortalecer sus valores desde pequeños, aunque, bueno, si ahorita están mayores, pues hablar con ellos, darles toda la confianza, pero también tener una comunicación estrecha para que esos jóvenes sepan que los padres estamos para ellos en todo tiempo y bajo cualquier circunstancia, que se sientan protegidos y amados.
He's saying that you should work since they're young, since they're kids, to have a good relationship with them, good communication, a tight relationship between their parents and the kids, so that when they go, I don't remember, but yeah, like when they go, they don't struggle with that. Like they have a tight relationship with their parents.
Love that. Well, hey, I appreciate you sharing your parents with us. And what's something you want to say? Because I mean, you're talking to them. They're on 93.7 The Ticket. You said earlier when you were on Sunday, you talked about that you adopted the Huskers.
Yeah.
I know you're with the P-Wolves, but if you want to say "Go Big Red" to them or however.
To my parents?
Yeah.
I would tell them, papi, mami, los amo mucho. I'm so happy. Estoy muy feliz de estar aquí, con los Huskers, Big Red. Pero los amo mucho, saben que los extraño mucho y los amo con todo mi corazón. Muchas gracias por todo. Thank you so much for everything. I love you guys.
I thank you for being on 93.7 The Ticket, and thank you for sharing your daughter with Nebraska. She is absolutely phenomenal.
Dice que gracias por compartirme con Nebraska.
Awesome. Well, hey, so getting to hear your parents, and I love when we heard the "Go Big Red." We were all smiling in the studio. We knew exactly what that. Yeah, we got that. So they have definitely adopted that from you. But just the warmth and the love that you have for a family, and I know you miss them. I know you're enjoying Nebraska, but I also know that you miss them as well. Want to transition, but like, what's one thing after you hear their voice like that it does to you right now?
Well, I got emotional for sure. Wow. I miss them so much. I'm really close to them. I'm an only child, so I'm really, really close to them. But I'm really grateful because having the opportunity to be here, I know it was not easy for them or for me as well, but I'm just so grateful. And yeah, like, even though it's hard to be far, I'm just happy that I can do it. And I want to make them proud too.
Love that. Well, hey, Franklin, you got to listen to family. You spoke about your family earlier, Roland and Fida. And so those are your godparents. And so we have them on the line and from the Dominican Republic. And so go ahead. And I want to say, Roland, Fida, how you doing? You're on 93.7 The Ticket, the weekly Disrupt.
Bendición.
Dios te bendiga, mi amor.
Bendición, papi. Bendición, mami. Ahí están tío y tía.
Bájalo.
Hello.
Hello, mi amor, dímelo.
Yeah, I love what they going on there. It sounds like we need to go ahead and that's the party going on right there. They're like, hey, wait a minute, you're interrupting their happy hour. So doing that. Well, hey, Franklin, I want them to just tell us a little bit about who you are. Like if we went into their space, what stories are they going to sit down and tell us? Tell them to tell us a little bit about who Franklin is.
¿Tanto y tía ahí?
No, pero
bueno,
sí,
está bien.
Dame un segundito.
No, está bien.
Sí, dame un segundito.
Habla tú. Entonces, ¿que quieren que le cuente un par de historias de mí? O sea, ¿qué dirías sobre mí si alguien te pregunta cualquier cosa?
Pero tú eres, Ricky, la mejor persona que puede existir. El mejor hijo, la mejor familia, el mejor hermano. Tú eres para nosotros todo un orgullo. El amor que sentimos por ti, el orgullo por todo lo que tú has hecho es infinito.
Okay, déjame traducir. He's saying I'm a great big brother, I'm a great son, I'm a very good student, and they just feel very proud of me.
So I got to ask the same question that I asked Estefy. What do they know about Nebraska?
Preguntan que qué saben ustedes de Nebraska, si saben cualquier cosa.
Hola, amor. Conocemos, tuvimos la oportunidad de ir a la mudanza y conocimos todo el territorio, conocimos parte del personal, entrenador, y de verdad nos sentimos muy, muy tranquilos y satisfechos por la elección que el Bebo ha decidido.
Okay. They say that
Aquí está Roland.
When they came over and they met everybody from the team and saw how I was moving in. And after meeting everybody, they have nothing else to say but that they're happy with my decision with, Nebraskan eyes, pretty much.
I love that.
That's what they said.
So we got to get to know a little bit more about it. What's a moment about you that sticks out to them that they want to share?
Okay. Bendición, tío.
Ricky, Roland. ¿Cómo estás?
Todo bien. Hay un momento, baja el volumen. ¿Hay algún momento de cuando yo era pequeño que usted quiera compartir?
Claro. Bueno, hay dos momentos. Bueno, te voy a decir el principal. y es justamente el que hablamos siempre de que yo tengo una fábrica aquí en Santo Domingo.
He has a factory in Santo Domingo.
Okay.
Y salí con Ricky a entregar a aproximadamente como a 15 clientes ese día. Teníamos que hacer la entrega de los productos, de los t-shirts que nosotros vendíamos.
Okay. Vaya contándolo en parte para yo poder ir traduciendo. And that day,
Sí,
is a story I
vaya
told you
parando.
earlier. That day he had around 50 clients he had to go to, and continúe.
Entonces nos llevamos a Ricky con nosotros.
And then they took me with them.
Y a cada tienda que nosotros íbamos,
And every store we went into,
había música, porque eso se usa en República Dominicana.
so the stores we went into, they used to have like a lot of loud music going on because that's very common back home.
Entonces Ricky, cuantas veces llegaba a una de esas tiendas, arrancaba a bailar.
And as soon as I got to the store, I would just start dancing all around, and I mean, and yeah.
Oh, this is probably the best sales day ever, right there.
Yeah, but entonces,
bueno, si sigo diciéndote la historia, luego, como te cansaste mucho esa vez, saliste con nosotros, yo llamé a tu casa para hablar con mi hermano, con tu papá, al otro día.
Then the day after, he called my dad, who's his brother, just to talk to him, and I was around.
Entonces, cuando yo llamo, que Franklin le dice a tu mamá que es Rolando que está llamando, tú escuchaste.
And then my dad was like, "Oh, it's Roland," to my mom.
So they, as they told that.
Entonces tú saliste corriendo de la habitación y dijiste que tú no vas a salir conmigo más a vender más franela.
And then I came out of the room and I just started screaming, "I'm never doing that again." So, yeah.
Oh, good stuff. I can tell the humor and I can tell the joy that they have. That's a moment that's last. Yeah, I want you, kind of like what we did earlier, just share with them, just some love and some affirmation. That if they were in this space, how would you be speaking to them? What would you share with them? What would you thank them for?
No, simplemente para mandarle de mi amor y todo eso a ustedes, que los aprecio mucho. Muchas gracias por todo lo que han hecho siempre y por ser mi padre como papi y mami cuando no estén y cuando están también. Y nada, darle gracias por eso.
Qué lindo.
Gracias. Qué bonito, gracias. Te amamos, Bebo.
Te amamos, mi amor.
Y te
Dios te ha bendecido.
Amén.
Dios te ha bendecido inmensamente, mi amor.
Gracias. They're just telling me God bless me and God bless everybody.
What's as we get ready to kind of, what's a piece of advice that they would have for you in this space? I'm interested in what a piece of advice they would want to bestow on you before you leave.
Quisieran compartir algún consejo conmigo en cuanto a la vida o de aquí al futuro.
Claro que sí, Bebo. Mira, algo que a ti siempre te ha caracterizado es tu determinación.
Something that has always characterized me is my determination.
Y nosotros confiamos mucho en ti y sabemos tu capacidad de decidir.
And then you guys trust me a lot and you know my ability to make choices.
Te pedimos que siempre cuides tus relaciones con quienes tú te relacionas.
To always take care of my relationships and the people I surround myself with.
Y que se te mantenga ese corazón tan humilde y tan lindo que tú tienes siempre.
To always maintain a kind and very humble heart.
Y el orgullo que sentimos por ti, mi amor, porque siempre te lo digo, eres un milagro.
Gracias.
La historia más linda de ese niño que no estaba supuesto a nacer y que su mami duró la mayor parte del tiempo en cama para que esto pueda pasar.
Gracias.
Y hoy en día está siendo reconocido y entrevistado en un programa en la 97.3 Tickets en Nebraska. Eso es una gran bendición.
Gracias. She gave a little shout out in Spanish and told me I'm a blessing to them as well. So she gave a shout out to 93.7 Ticket.
There we go. Like I said, we're going to go ahead and make sure we clip that and put that on the airwaves for, boost things up a little bit. Well, hey, I want to tell both of them, just please tell them, on behalf of myself, DP, Harrison, everybody in the studio, thank you for sharing their godson with us and just who you are, because you're an outstanding individual and really, truly appreciate being in the space. So please thank them for us.
Bueno, ya puede pedirnos que muchas gracias por compartirme con Nebraska, a ustedes y a tío Roland y madrina Fide. Entonces, nada, los amo mucho. Bye. Bendición.
Gracias, mi amor. Bye.
Gracias a la emisora por esta distinción y siempre lo vamos a estar siguiendo.
They're always going to follow you guys, and thank you so much.
Hey, we'll take it. We'll take it. And we'll take road trips, too. We'll do a live remote from your place. Definitely. Just let us know.
Yeah.
Hey, with that being said, really, like I said, just hearing the joy of your folks, like hearing you, regardless, like I said, we didn't understand everything that was said, and we appreciate you translating, but we could just tell, like, they are so over the moon and happy about who you are, what you are, who you're becoming, but also the contribution you're making here. So we're going to take a break on 93.7 The Ticket, the weekly Disrupt, and we'll be right back.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
This is your year to win way more than bragging rights. At Warhorse Casino, your love of the game could earn you serious cash. The Pro Football Frenzy is free to play with cash prizes all season long, like up to $1,000 weekly, with your chance at $1 million, all while earning tier points and comp points every time you place a sports bet. Only at Warhorse Casino. Wagers may only be placed on Nebraska-based teams when played outside the state of Nebraska. Must be 21 or older to gamble. Gambling problem? Call 1-833-BET-OVER.
Things that impair you come in many different shapes and sizes. Some are the shape of beer and liquor bottles. Others look like cigarettes but aren't cigarettes at all. These are the things we know impair us, the things our parents warned us about. What we're not always aware of is our new prescription, or the over-the-counter medicine we picked up just for allergies or a bad cold. See, it doesn't just matter how much of a substance you take. If you are impaired, driving is deceptively dangerous. Don't drive impaired. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
This holiday season, bring home a tradition that tastes like celebration. Beatrice Bakery's world-famous fruitcake, baked in the heart of Nebraska with rich, golden batter, real cherries, pineapple, crunchy nuts, and a splash of old-fashioned goodness. It's moist, flavorful, and crafted the same way for generations. It's the fruitcake that turns skeptics into believers. Find Beatrice Bakery fruitcake online at grandmasbakeshop.com or at your favorite retailer, and make your holidays deliciously unforgettable with the help of Beatrice Bakery's world-famous fruitcake. All ticketing options for the 2026 Love Nebraska season are now available. Single match tickets start as low as $16, even cheaper if you want to bring a group. Don't miss your chance to see professional stars like Jordan Larson and Lexi Rodriguez in action this season. Purchase your preferred ticketing option today by visiting lovneb.com/tickets.
Anderson Ford in Lincoln has 2 convenient locations, which means 2 times the customer service, 2 times the inventory, and 2 times the ability to get you in the car of your dreams. Whether you visit us on the north side or the south side, you'll find more selection and a team that's always on your side. When you're looking for a better way to buy your next Ford, visit Anderson Ford in Lincoln, where exceptional service meets unbeatable selection.
Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket.
Okay, playing 93.7 The Ticket.
Alexa, turn down the lights.
Dimming the lights.
Alexa, order a pizza, the big one, all the toppings.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
Alexa.
That's a lot of pizza for just one man.
Alexa, just do it. Stop judging me, just do it.
As you wish.
Thanks, Alexa. You're my best friend.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize to participate in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the KNTK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeited. Thank you for participating in our contests, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
The disruption continues now. This is your weekly Disrupt with Mike Smith, live on 93.7 The Ticket.
Hey, welcome back to 93.7 The Ticket. On a Tuesday night, you are on the weekly Disrupt. The host traditionally is Mike Smith. Mike Smith is out of town doing some great things and being all things good. I am Peter Ferguson. I have the honor on Sundays at 11 to noon hosting Bigger Than the Score, so get an opportunity to tune in. But we've had a show that I think will touch your core. Franklin and Estefy both brought in their families from Monterey and also from the Dominican Republic. I told Franklin they were getting down. They were having a party in the space, and he goes, "Yeah, they were. They were actually having a watch party." So we're going to talk to DP about getting a remote. But in studio, we are joined. And I think we were joined by one of the scholars of the Belmont Community Project. They are here. The Mill has hosted them. They've been here doing their homework, practicing their script for the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Youth Rally in March. And they're headed to the PBA to watch the Huskers play Omaha. But I brought Elizabeth in, and Elizabeth is going to have the final question. So she's going to ask you either some advice or tell you something that you need to do moving forward. So Elizabeth, it's all yours.
If there was someone that was having a really rough day today and they were letting themselves down, what is a piece of advice that you would give them that would inspire them to do the same to someone else?
Wow.
Wait.
I'm out. Mike,
That was a bit
you
too
won't
long.
be back next week.
You want to go first?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can put me in front of the train if you want. Okay. That's a really good question, Elizabeth. And it's something that's happened to me plenty of times. I'd say something that always works for me is, bring it back to, the basics of the stuff you like. First of all, you got to understand that if you feel upset about something, it means you care. And that's a good thing, to a point. But at the same time, you cannot get so hung up on things that you cannot act forward. So I would say it is okay to deal with sadness and to accept sadness as just another part of life, but you also need to find things that will get you out of that mood and put you in a mood to, make things better and understand that there's another day coming, there's another opportunity, because there always is. Few mistakes are irreversible in life. There's a lot of things you can always change and make better through practice, discipline, and commitment. So if it's a movie, it's a movie. If it's a good song, it's a good song. If it's just going out, something I really like to do is when sun's out, I grab some ice cream. I just sit on a bench in the park, and that resets me and lets me know that I can keep going forward. Things are going to be okay.
And well, I agree with what Franklin said. I think having something to worry means that we are blessed. If I worry about school, I thank God that I can go to a school. So when I am sad, it's okay. I let myself be sad sometimes too, but I always try to focus or try to do things that will make me happy. Like, I think I'm a huge believer that life is made of really small, happy moments. Obviously you will have big happy moments in your life, but you will also have those little moments that many of them will just be like you're responsible for it. Maybe you need to go outside with your friend. You need to text your friend to say, "Hey, let's go for a coffee." You need to maybe, I don't know, go outside to the park. You gotta do stuff. So I would say just be proactive in your own happiness, in your own little things that will make you happy for those, maybe just a couple of hours. But that's life. That's tiny little moments and steps that will get you there, if that makes sense. I think that's what we should all do. And try to do at least when you have time once a week, do something you enjoy.
Elizabeth, as we get ready to kind of close things, you asked a powerful question. What's a piece of advice that you would have for people out there right now? I don't say wise beyond your years. You are your years. And so that wisdom is in there. So share some knowledge with everybody.
I would say to just be yourself. Because if you aren't yourself, then people won't know the real you. And failure isn't something that's necessarily bad. Because every day, if you don't learn something, then you're the same person that you originally were before. And you always need to learn something new every day to grow more wiser and to inspire someone else. So that's my piece.
STB, Franklin, as we close, what do you think about what you just heard?
What we just heard?
Yeah.
That's impressive.
That's so deep. Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing.
You are so intelligent and wise.
Very intelligent. Congrats. Seriously.
Thank you for sharing that.
Every week. I'm bigger than the score too.
Yeah.
Well, we're definitely going to have all you back on. Again, I want to thank you for, like I said, one, letting us into your family. We don't take that lightly. That doesn't always happen. And please thank you, your folks and those that we were connected with today. We loved having them on, and the shout out to 93.7 The Ticket. Elizabeth, this isn't going to be the last time you're on, so smile. All right. Hey, with that being said, join next week. Mike Smith will be back with another episode of the Weekly Disrupt. I'm Peter Ferguson, and you have joined with local disruptors who, through big news in sports, cultures, and entrepreneurship, have done the right thing. We'll see you next week on 93.7 The Ticket.